it's Lynn again, and I wanted to do a video on this. This has been coming up for me and actually with clients for quite a while, and this is something that I've talked about in my book, How to Be a Confident Intuitive Healer, which I brought out in 2017, end of 2017, 2018, almost foretelling what would occur at this time 6 years later, or yeah, 6 years later. Okay, so here we go. So I'm talking about those of you, some of you, that may be feeling like you are just not resonating with the healing systems that you're using now. Now, this is a common thing of where we rise up in frequency, and as we rise up in frequency, sometimes we're a frequency mismatch to what we're using. And what I mean by that is there's healing systems out there that are sort of boxing you in and containing your vibration. They're keeping your vibration down. It's not amplifying your vibration and true soul frequency. Now, I'm going to call a couple out right now, okay? And, you either disagree with me or you agree with me. To be honest, I don't really care, because this is, in my experience, this is what I've experienced, and this is countless, the amount of people I've mentored and done sessions with and healing sessions who've come through my Quantum Bridge training system that are all living proof of that this is a problem. So, for example, Reiki. Now, Reiki is a healing system that I trained in at the very beginning in 2009. I did my Reiki 1 and it left me cold. I'm sorry, but it left me cold. And I used it a few times, and even during the training, I felt like it was rules and regulations, and it felt like it was boxing me in. Even at that point, it felt like I was stepping into a container, and it would control the way I healed or what frequencies I brought down through that channel. It's very good as when you need to get shape and form for your healing, because you don't know where to start, you don't know how to heal, you don't know what to do. But like, 3 minutes on this part, 3 minutes on this part, healing's intelligent. It goes to wherever it needs to go in a hands-on healing way. So why would you want to go on certain points? Yeah, right? Maybe saying it's working on certain meridians or whatever. But when you're channeling frequencies of light through the chakra column and system, those frequencies will go to wherever there is stagnant energy, wherever there are pockets of energy and blockages along any chakra system or meridian system. It will work. It works intelligently. So that was one thing that really put me off at the very beginning. And also, almost like saying Reiki street, saying the words of the Reiki guides. It's sort of like you're containing and boxing into that stream of energy. I know other people bring angels in and they bring in other guides, and that's great. And evidently they're opening their healing streams to other things to come in alongside it. But I just felt that it contained my frequency and boxed it in. It didn't enhance it or amplify it, and I didn't feel comfortable using it. So I never used it after that. Then I went and trained in Angelic Reiki. Now, Angelic Reiki is an Archangel Metatron system. And you know what? At first, I loved it. It was, connecting to the Ascended Masters. It was working with some Divine Feminine Masters. It was much more powerful than normal Reiki. It was, delivered with the Reiki symbol system as such, and there was a huge cleansing that you did beforehand and all of that stuff. But what you have to work out now is, we now know, and I had to go through this as well. I was an Angelic Reiki master teacher, and I taught loads and loads and loads of people, right? That Archangel Metatron and the Metatron's cube and the Metatron chords are inverted. They are not true geometry for the Earth now. And it's the old timeline, the old paradigm, right? And the Metatronic chords were hijacked and inverted over 26,000 years ago, even longer than that actually. And they were inverted and used to create inversions on the planet. And that was to use the source code and invert it, reverse it, so that they could start containing people's consciousness. They could contain us, so we could not rise up during the ascension process right now and actually embody our monadic self and our avatar Christos and Christ self. And that false light matrix uses the base 10 maths tree of life, not base 12. Base 12 gives you the highest streams and frequencies of the monad and beyond, right? 60 and beyond, right? The base 10 tree of life does not. It has 2 points missing. And those are the highest streams of consciousness and the monadic consciousness and avatar conscious beyond that. Now, that, and also it collapses on itself, the geometry, whereas spiral time geometry and what we're in now in New Earth is constantly evolving and moving back up to source, coming down and up, yeah? So that is the geometry of New Earth. Now, I've just said that in a bit, just a quick way. Now, Metatron energy is it's false light. It's false light. I know. I was horrified. I used to channel Archangel Metatron, and he was always very wouldn't say much, just say a few things to me and da. And you know what? I started to question that about 2015, 2016. I started to question that energy. The goddess energy was coming in strong to me, and it was overriding the Metatron energy. So even though I was still wanting to teach angelic Reiki, it wasn't resonating with me anymore. I was starting to question, is this correct? It doesn't feel right. It feels like it's boxing me in. Again, it felt like it was boxing me in. And I started to work with the Divine Feminine and the Divine Feminine higher frequencies of the Cosmic Divine Mother and the 13th arc frequencies, right? Now, that then enabled me to get out of the Metatron coding as such. And I overrode that and over sort of wiped it over. That's trying to find the words. And actually, I felt better for it. Now, that healing system and many others could have those codes in it. And we have to be really careful. So actually taking yourself out of that energy and opening up to your true powerful healer self and bringing down your frequencies through your I am presence, through source, is the most powerful thing you can do. Now, I've been teaching healers, as I say, for over 13 years now. I was just trying to do the math. 13 years I've been teaching others how to heal and how to use their own healing abilities. So I'm saying to you, just be aware of this. Are you feeling a little discombobulated, big word, with using these frequencies? Stop using those healing systems and to actually bring your own healing through. How do you say that? Well, actually, you can go and say something like, I set the intention that my I am presence and my healer self will step forwards, and I now channel the highest healing frequencies through my I am presence that I am capable of delivering or capable of delivering for the highest good of the client, yeah, or the highest good of, say, the person's name. And do you know what? You'll feel the frequencies coming through your hands, right, as you do that. And try putting that on someone and what happens. Now, hands-on healing is still got a place in the world right now, but actually we're evolving past hands-on healing. It's beautiful for the physical body. It makes you feel good. There's an energy running through you, I know, that makes it feel good. A lot of quantum healing now is through the heart stargate. And I would advise you that when you do any hands-on healing with clients, you go into your heart space first and you shield up. I have a shielding technique on this, but I'm going to update that soon because I've got a new 12D shielding technique, 12D plus shielding technique. So I'm going to put that on the channel for you in the next week, probably. Get into your heart and shield up first, and then bring forwards your own healing frequencies. You can even call in all of what you want. I call in the Cosmic Divine Mother frequencies. I call in the Divine Feminine. But I always go to the top. I always go to the top. So it's always like I'm asking Source to overlight me. I'm asking Source to overlight the healing. Mother, Father, God, if you want to say Mother, Father, God, or Source, because remember, it's male and female in symmetry and divine union. That's Source. And just stop bringing through Reiki guides or bringing through angelic Reiki and what you say. Right? Now, another thing which is very important, exiting the false light matrix means that you should rescind your initiations and your attunements to these things. This may be controversial, to be honest. Look, you either take it, you leave it. I don't care. Really, honestly, I'm just speaking my truth. I'm speaking my truth. That will box you in. So by rescinding those attunements under grace, you can do it under grace, it means that then you're able to go beyond those frequencies. And it also enables you that no contract's been formed between you and that frequency and energy. You'll find some people that just won't have this. They are Reiki masters. They think it's the ultimate energy healing on the planet. They think that all of the healing is the same. It's not. As you go up in consciousness, your frequency and the frequencies of your healing go up. I'm living proof of that. Everything that I've done, starting from hands-on healing to where I am now as a quantum healer, master healer, bringing a healing system down from the councils of light, I know that where you do your own work of embodiment and working to clear your blockages and your contracts and everything that blocks you up and your consciousness, your healing improves. And you go up to the level and frequency that your soul wants you to be, which would be one amazing and powerful quantum atomic healer that you would absolutely be and are. We all are. We all are. So that is my take on it. All right. And if you're feeling weird quite right now, or you're feeling like when you use it, it gives you a headache, it makes you ungrounded, it gives you nightmares, or you feel odd, or you don't feel right about it, or you feel like you're running a practice with angelic Reiki or Reiki or any other modality that you're not really resonating with anymore, stop doing it and replace it with being an intuitive soul healer, something like that. I have trained hundreds of people in how to be an intuitive soul healer, and maybe I need to do some workshops on that. Maybe I should in person. I'd love to do that. I'd love to pull some people and give them confidence to go and do the healing in a different way. Even like also my quantum bridge training is designed to go through the heart, but actually we use a white flame of ascension, which is a very powerful frequency, okay? This is an ascension frequency. And the white flame of ascension, you can actually channel that at the same time as taking them through their heart space. And if you're with them in person, you can put your hand on them at the same time as taking them through the heart stargate. And there's so many different ways you can adapt your healing to an individual person. So of course, I do a lot of things online nowadays. So I do a lot of quantum healing through the heart space online. But I'm sending the white flame of ascension to them all the time. And in fact, if I was in person with someone, I would probably have my hand on their shoulder or maybe on their leg, or I would be holding their hand at the same time so that I'm sending the frequencies through as I'm doing the quantum healing. I did a lot of that actually at a Mind Body Soul event a couple of times last year and earlier this year. I held their hand whilst I took them through the quantum field, and they were absolutely gobsmacked. I did this in America at the LA Conscious Expo, and they were blown away because I was taking them through the quantum field, through their heart at the same time, but I also was just holding their hand, and they were just receiving this beautiful energy of calm and whatever. So yeah, there you go. So get excited about your healing, but really don't hang on to something that you're not supposed to have anymore. There's far more that you can do, and I just want to encourage you, and do not give up, and do not think there's something wrong with you. There isn't. You're just coming out of those outdated modalities. Remember, angelic Reiki was channeled in 1992. Was it 19? No, sorry, 2003. Well, that's 20 years ago. The frequencies are off the scale now. And also, like, as I say, I'm sorry, but you can't use Metatronic energy. It just is, it will box you in and bind you to the artificial tree of life. And that's what we don't want for you. And that will keep you contracted and remaining in like a holding station where actually you should be leaving that false light matrix and going up into such a stratospheric energy, which is amazing and wonderful. And I want everybody to experience that. And as I say, other healing modalities you may not be resonating now. Listen to your I am presence. They're trying to tell you something. And if you want more information about exiting the false light matrix, about exiting the false tree of life and reversing former initiations and attunements that you've had in other healing modalities, please get in touch. But just wanted to send that out because I know there are people out there right now that need to hear this, that we are outdated from those healing systems now. They are way lower vibration than we are. Okay? So you're on the ascension pathway, then you are, your healing frequencies and what you can access are far beyond them. I'll promise you. I'll promise you. So sending you my love and take care. Till next time. And if you like this video, please subscribe, and I try and do a couple every week, okay? Sending you my love. Bye.